What's up, everybody? My name's Parasite. Welcome back to Schoolboy to Superstar with Borussia Dortmund. Today we have probably the biggest match of the series so far. Liverpool in the second leg of the Champions League quarterfinal. They pretty comfortably knocked us out of the Champions League last year with a 4-1 thrashing. So now it's time to turn the tables and beat Liverpool on our way to a Champions League semifinal against, I believe it's going to be Atletico Madrid. It was Atletico Madrid v Bayern. Atletico Madrid won the tie 3-2, I believe. So if we get past this leg, we will be playing Atletico Madrid. And I feel pretty good about that. Like, Bayern gave them a game. Bayern were actually as good, if not better, over the two legs, and they lost. And we know what we do to Bayern. So I think we stand a decent chance against Atletico Madrid. And they loaned in Alon Pelivan, who is like our fourth right winger, to be their starting right wing. So that just shows the quality compared to us. I think we have a good chance, but first we have to get past Liverpool. That is not going to be easy. In the league, we are currently 21 points clear of Bayern Munich, and we have secured the Bundesliga title pretty comfortably with quite a few games in hand, or quite a few games left to go in the season. We actually have a game in hand as well, so we just absolutely dominated the Bundesliga this season. Bayern really didn't have a good season. They're actually still fighting for Cologne for that second spot. So teams like Schalke are not doing very well. Leverkusen are doing terribly, down in 13th spot. Leipzig down in 7th is probably not as good as you'd hope from them. Hertha still only in 5th. With all the money they've spent, it's probably a little bit disappointing. But we are not disappointing. We just dominated the Bundesliga this season. I think we have one loss on the season, if I'm correct. One loss, yep. One loss to Cologne, 3-0. No draws. So we've only dropped 3 points for the entire season. Bayern have 9 draws and 3 losses. 3 losses isn't bad, but 9 draws? That is not good. Compared to Cologne, who have 2 draws, but they have 8 losses. So one of them to us, one of their wins to us. Bayern, I think we still need to face them for a second time. Is that the case? Yeah, we're playing them again here in 4 days. But actually, let's stay on the schedule. Played a few games. The game which we won the Bundesliga on was a 5-1 win over Cologne. So we got a little bit of revenge over FC Cologne. Just smashed them 5-1. And it didn't look like it was going to be that convincing. It was 1-0 in the first half. Or no, 1-1 in the first half. We scored in the 13th minute from Rafael Guerrero. A really good free kick. But then Jan Thielman scored for them in the 29th minute. But in the second half, especially late in the second half, we just exploded for goals. Holland in the 54th minute. And then 3 goals in 5 minutes. One by Yusuf Makoko, one by Imre Can, and one by Erling Haaland to just make it beyond a doubt. Just absolutely put a thrashing on him, which is great to see because I'm still a little salty over that loss. We could have had a perfect season, but not anymore. But we still are playing really well, though. We then played Union Berlin, and I completely rotated the squad. Van de Voort, Fife, Pino, Zagadou, Gao, who's a young American left back for us. Go back to this. Eichinger, Alcaraz, Nico, Cherky, Musiala, Kyle Jorge. So not a single starter played. Not a single starter was even on the bench. I wanted to make sure they were fully rested for that Liverpool match. I didn't want to risk any injuries. I didn't want to have to bring in a player because of an injury and have him get injured as well. I didn't want to risk anything. No tiredness, no injuries. I wanted the best squad we could get because I knew we had to beat Liverpool, and we did. A very good 2-0 win. And it took a while. No goals in the first half. It took Yusuf Makoko to the 56th minute to score a goal. Pretty solid goal from him as well. But then in the 91st minute, Papetti steps up with a huge goal. An absolutely massive goal that could have a huge ramification on the end of this tie. A 91st minute goal by Andrea Papetti to put us 2-0 up. So we have 2 home goals. They have no away goals. That is the biggest thing. They have 0 away goals. So if we get 1 goal, we're in a good spot. They need 4 if we score 1. So, I mean, they can definitely do that. They beat us 4-1 last year. But, I don't know. This feels like a different team. This team feels like it's playing so much better than it was last year. So, I mean, players have developed. Our fullbacks have developed really well. Our center backs have developed really well recently, actually, too. That was one of the parts I was really worried about because it seemed like our center backs were not developing last year. They came in as 2.5-star players. They ended the season as 2.5-star players. They didn't grow at all. But this year they've grown a little bit. Nnamdi Collins getting that game time. He's played a lot more this season than he has the rest of his career. And he's done all right. So he's grown a little bit. Petty's actually started to grow a little bit again. Our midfielders are, Reyna's might be the best midfielder in the world. Bellingham's amazing. Camavinga's amazing. Sancho's pretty good, even though he didn't have a good game against Liverpool. Haaland obviously he's not really got a whole lot left to grow, but he's already like the best striker in the world, so he can't really complain. Mukoko's growing. He could be even better. So this is a very fun squad to use, a very talented squad to use. And now we have to beat Liverpool. And this is the squad I'm going to throw out there to do it. Berkey in net. I trust him as my starter for this season. Next season, it's going to be Van der Voort. I might still play Berkey for the massive games, other than a Champions League final, of course. But I might play Berkey for some of the massive games because he's got a little bit better shot stopping. 18 reflexes, 17 one-on-ones, compared to Van der Voort's 16 reflexes, 15 one-on-ones. So he's a little bit better of a shot stopper. Van der Voort has really good agility, though, and jumping reach, which I like. Aerial reach is always really important for a goalkeeper. It says he's reached his potential, but he's still only 22. Like, goalkeepers never reach their actual best until, like, early 30s. So he definitely can still grow. I think this is a little bit of a lie. I think he can definitely still grow. He's only 22 years old. So he can still grow, and he's growing right now. So he can continue to get better. Nets are right back. It was pretty tight between Nets and Meunier, but Nets is playing a little bit better. He's got a better current ability. Petty's more defensive, Meunier's more defensive, which is why I considered Meunier. But I'm going to go with the foreign player. Nets is playing well. He's going to be in this spot next year. So give him the experience. Get him in there. See what he does. If he struggles, I've got Meunier on the bench. Same as well, I've got Calafiori at left back. He is a little bit more defensive than Guerrero, so that's kind of why I went with him. Form's been pretty similar. Guerrero's actually been a little bit better. But again, Calafiori needs the experience. He's going to get it. I've got Guerrero on the bench in case he doesn't perform. Petty and Nnamdi Collins are our center back pairing. Nianzu's on the bench. Camavinga, Bellingham, Reyna. Obvious midfield partnership. Nico's played really well this season. Chan not as much, but Nico's played really well. But Bellingham has 14 goals, the third most in the team. Reyna has like 21 assists, the most in the team. And Camavinga is just a very consistently solid player. Sancho on the right wing. Yeah, he's been in better form than Turkey. Turkey's not the best form recently, only a 6.74, so that's a no-brainer. Haaland and Moukoko up top, another no-brainer. Unfortunately, Kyle Jorge got injured. He's out for like a month, 2 to 4 weeks. So Sebastian Gomez is going to come in to be our backup striker. I think he's pretty good. I think I trust him. He's got, just his aerial ability brings something different. I talked about this last episode. I considered doing this anyways because just of what he brings in terms of an aerial ability. 19 off the ball, 18 heading, 18 finishing, 19 jumping reach at 6'6", 17 technique even. So I think he could even hit balls on the volley. Valued at $41.5 million. We bought him for 13. I think I'm very happy with Sebastian Gomez. I think he can provide something different if Moukoko and Haaland aren't getting it done. I don't think I'd ever sub off Haaland, but I would consider to sub off Moukoko for Sebastian Gomez. So, but it's time to get into it. It's time to play probably the biggest match of the series, probably the hardest match of the series, away from home at Liverpool. Before we get to the dressing room, this is the team sheet for Liverpool. They're starting in a 4-2-3-1, so they know they need to score. They played a 4-3-3 against me last game, so they know they need to be more offensive this game. They know they need to score goals. So Zaniolo's coming in for them as attacking midfielder. Rice and Milinkovic-Savic as their center mids. They've got Alisson in goal, even though they have Donnarumma on the bench. Like, that's just gross. Boadu, who just destroyed us last year, is up top. Mane and Salah, always ridiculous. So this is a freaking good team. Van Dijk's the best center back in the world. Alexander-Arnold's probably, not if not the best, but one of the best right backs in the world. Same for Andrew Robertson on the left-hand side. This is a crazy team. Absolutely crazy team. But we did well in the first leg. Let's see if we can do the same this time. Let's get into the dressing room. I'm going to say we cannot allow complacency to undo all the good work done in the first leg. Go out there and treat this as if you're starting from scratch. Gets a good reaction. I'll individually talk to the two players that didn't react, Nets and Jadon Sancho. Pump my fist and say, I have faith. Everyone's motivated. How do you feel ahead of the second match against Liverpool in quick succession? I think it'll be mostly the same as last time out. Both teams know way too much about each other to give anything away. Both teams come to this one in good form. How do you rate your chances ahead of kickoff? They're a very good team, and we're going to relish the challenge of keeping our good form going whilst putting a dent in their aspirations. Absolutely. They want to win the Champions League. They did it last year. They're looking for a back-to-back. We are looking to stop them to get our second Champions League in 4 seasons. We've gone 2 seasons straight without winning the Champions League, with pretty disappointing finishes in the Champions League, getting blown out both times by English teams. To get knocked out, one in the first knockout round, the other one was last year in the semifinal, I believe. I believe it was a semifinal against Liverpool. Now we have a chance to get to our own semifinal and to knock Liverpool out, but we have to play well. They're very capable of scoring 4 goals. They're very capable of scoring 3 goals. We need to score at least once, and they're starting off quick. In the 4th minute, 4.5 minutes in, Zaniolo puts an easy shot into the far corner. That was far too easy for them to break through our defense. Calafiori, I started him because he's more defensive than Guerrero, and he makes a massive mistake, leading to their goal. We have to score now. They need 1 more to send it to extra time, 2 more to win it. They are probably gonna do that. They're probably gonna score 2 more goals. So we have to score. It is imperative that we score a goal. I don't know if they can score 3 more, but they could definitely score 2 more. So we have to score a goal. Calafiori putting a ball in, but Virgil van Dijk, of course he heads it away. We're never going to beat Virgil van Dijk with crosses into the box. But we don't really have the team for that out there. I mean, Haaland's decent in the air, but Mukoko's not really a header winner. He's 6 foot tall, I believe, but he's more of a quick guy. Definitely not an aerial presence. And like I said, you're not going to beat Virgil van Dijk in the air. So no matter who you are, even Sebastian Gomez isn't going to beat Virgil van Dijk in the air, and he's ridiculous. Actually, he might be able to. He might be one of the only players in the world that's able to beat Virgil van Dijk in the air. This has been a long highlight, and it's going to fall to Moukoko! And it's Calafiori that makes it happen. He made the massive mistake to give away our goal, but he scores, or he doesn't score, he assists a massive goal for Borussia Dortmund. We go 1-1. We have our away goal. It's pretty lucky. Calafiori putting the ball in. Virgil heads it down, but goes straight to Moukoko. Not a great clearance by Virgil van Dijk there. He's got to put more distance on that. He just heads it right to Moukoko's foot. And he does not miss. Moukoko doesn't miss very often. He definitely doesn't miss from that angle, from that chance. He's not missing that chance ever. Reina, Moukoko! Oh, he misses that one, though. That would have sealed it. That would have absolutely sealed it. They would have had to score 4 more goals. Oh, and nearly a long shot, but it's going to fall to Papetti! Now they need to score 4 more goals. We are 2-1 up away from home against Liverpool. Surely we're not going to throw this one away. Pretty scrappy goal there. Starting from the corner, Reina puts it in. Gets headed out by Alexander-Arnold. Sancho puts it in. Bellingham with a nice shot. Collins gets on the end of it and goes to his center back partnership, Papetti, who just rolls it underneath Alisson Becker. And we go 2-1 up, and we deserve it. We've been the better team. They had 1 shot on target at that point and had scored it. We have 5 shots, 4 on target. We have been very good today. Defensively, not really. I mean, that allowed goal was not very good. Far too easy. But attacking-wise, we've been great. A little bit, not the most high-quality goals, really. A little bit scrappy for both of them, but a goal is a goal is a goal. I don't care how I get them, as long as I get them. I don't care how I win games, as long as I win games. Obviously, I want to win them impressively. That just gives me hope for future games, but... And it's 3. Another pretty scrappy goal. And it's Calafiori who starts it. He has repaid my faith. He made the mistake, but he definitely has made up for it now. Reina passing it out to Calafiori. Looking for a ball in. I think it goes to Moukoko first. I don't know if his shot gets blocked. It hits Moukoko and it just slides into Haaland. Just slides through the defenders. Pretty lucky there. Literally the touch by Moukoko sent it directly to Haaland. And he basically had an empty net. It is 3-1. They need 5. They need 4. Let me get that right. They need 4. That didn't really change much. They still need 4 because they would win on away goals if they score 4 goals. Wait, no, they don't have away goals. They need 5. Yeah. What am I talking about? They need 5. We have the away goals. They don't have any away goals. They need 5. Surely that's game over. They only have 4 shots in the first half. I'm Gonna tell them not to be complacent, though. I'm still not gonna get too ahead of myself. I don't want to congratulate them on already winning the tie when there's still a half a game to be played left. Like, if anyone can score 5 goals on us, it's Liverpool. Buadu's a stud, even though he's not playing well today. Mane and Salah are studs, even though they're not playing well. They've actually taken Mane out for Curtis Jones. He hadn't played his best game, but they're going to take him out. Mukoko's through on goal. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. He doesn't miss these. And he chips them. Yusuf Mukoko to put it beyond reach. They are not scoring 6. I feel pretty confident to say they're not scoring 6. It is 4-1 to Dortmund in a Champions League quarterfinal at Liverpool's ground. What a result. What an absolutely wonderful result. I'm so proud of this team. I wasn't sure what I'd see. They obviously had a little bit of regret from last season. They wanted to make amends for how last season finished out. They got humiliated. I don't remember if it was at home or away. I think it was away, the second leg. But they got humiliated. And it's time they put the humiliation on. Okay, they scored. But they put a humiliation on Liverpool. It's still 4-2. They still need 5. That's not going to happen. We can coast home. Time to sub off Haaland. Let's not risk Haaland getting injured. That is the only thing that can derail our season is Erling Haaland getting injured. Mukoko, I think we could deal with. Haaland, it's basically over. Even though we're probably a much better team than Atletico Madrid, I don't know if we beat them without Haaland. Same for Reyna, so I'm going to sub him out too. Reyna's probably one of the best midfielders in the world. Haaland's the best striker in the world. Nico's going to come in. I don't need the more defensive Emre Can. I want to give the younger player some game time. The player that is homegrown at club. This has been an amazing game. This has been the best game of the series. Mukoko threw on goal again. This time it's saved by Alisson Becker. He goes for another little chip, it looked like. Becker's waiting for that one, though. He doesn't go down to his knees. Stays on his feet. Tips it away. I don't think it really matters in the grand scheme of things. If Liverpool come back, I'm going to retire from Football Manager. I'll just say that right now. If Liverpool come back to win this tie, I will retire from playing Football Manager. Because I'm obviously a terrible manager. Well, there's one. Crap. They still need 4. They've got 20 minutes to score 4 goals. It's possible, but it'd be the most improbable comeback of all time. Pretty unlucky, too. The shot bouncing off of our defender, falling right to Zaniolo. Pulls it back for Firmino. 4-3 isn't as impressive as 4-2, but still, scoring 4 goals away at Liverpool, that's pretty dang good. Liverpool's defense is ridiculous. Joe Gomez is a very good center back. Virgil van Dijk is the best center back in the world. Like I said before, they have 2 of the best fullbacks in the world. They probably have the best defense in the world. And we scored 4 on them. And Nnamdi Collins and Andrea Papetti, both teenagers when this series started, have held them to only 3. And that's 5. Youssoufa Moukoko. There's his pace that I talked about. His ability to get in behind. And he rarely misses from those angles. Like, if he has a chance one-on-one with the goalkeeper, he makes it about 5 times out of 6, I want to say. He missed that one. That I think he tried for a little chip, but this time he just rifles it into the far corner. 5-3. Who else needs to be subbed out? Probably Moukoko. Does he have his hat trick? He does have his hat trick. He scores a hat trick in a Champions League quarterfinal. Or Sancho more important? Who's the more important player? Moukoko, Sancho, Bellingham, or Camavinga? I think our defense is replaceable. Meunier's fine at right back. Guerrero's fine at left back. Nyanzu's fine at center back. But Sancho compared to Cherki, I don't have another striker, actually. Cherki can play striker, so I guess he could come in for Moukoko. I think it's Moukoko. Sancho's not played well, and it hasn't mattered. Bellingham, I think Nico is a fine replacement. Camavinga, I think Emre Can's a fine replacement. I'm going to sub out Yusuf Moukoko. I'm not going to risk him. Rayan Cherki's going to come in as an advanced forward. We're going to sub out both of our strikers. They aren't needed. We don't want them to get injured. And it looks like we're going to find a way to beat Liverpool, possibly 5-3, unless there's more goals in this. What a goal-filled game, though. Absolutely goal-glut of a game. And that's over. We have beaten Liverpool 5-3 away from home to win the tie 7-3. Wow. What a thrashing. Scored 4 goals without reply after they had scored in the 5th minute. Pretty quick goals, too. One in the 15th, one in the 16th, and then 36th and 62nd. They scored 2 goals to bring it a little bit closer, but Moukoko puts it away in the 73rd minute. Only 1 yellow card in the entire match, and it's Lucanets. Moukoko on a 9.8. Man of the match, for sure. Scored a hat trick. I'm very happy with the result in the way you played. Super happy. I could not ask for any more. That is the best performance of the series so far. They might have conceded 3 goals, but they scored 5 on Liverpool. Obviously, we've beaten Bayern Munich by comfortable victories before, like 6-0. But Liverpool are another beast. I was not confident when I saw that draw that gave us Liverpool. But we didn't deserve anything. No, you didn't, Klopp. You got absolutely outplayed. Moukoko tops the pops. Top of the pops. You were superb in front of goal. PSG want Camavinga. Not going to happen. Barcelona want Camavinga. Not going to happen. Chelsea want Reina. I'm guessing that's still Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea want Reina. Not going to happen. Liverpool want Haaland. Not going to happen. Haaland is signed through 2027. I'm probably going to give him a new contract next year if I can. Reina is signed through 2027. Same for him. We'll try to give him a new contract next year. Camavinga is signed through 2026. So I definitely want to give him a new contract next year. Yeah, maybe not Reina and Haaland just yet, but definitely I want to give Camavinga a new deal next year. Keep him here, hopefully for another 5 years. I always want to leave 2 years in between for your most key players, like guys like Camavinga that you can't replace. Give them a new contract when there's 2 years left. Don't risk them getting mad in the last year of their deal and not having the time to make them happy again and be able to sign a contract. Give yourself a little bit of a buffer. That's my little bit of advice. Has the tie been drawn yet? Or has it been? Yes, it's been scheduled. Atletico Madrid is right after the Bayern Munich match. That's a little unfortunate, but we don't need to win against Bayern Munich. So, obviously, I want to keep winning these matches just to stay in good form. But this is actually a really tough run. Wolfsburg are 6th. Leipzig are 7th. Bayern are 2nd. But I'll play the entirety of the backup squad. I'm not going to risk any of our starters. I might play some starters against Leipzig just so they can stay in fitness. I don't want them to be unfit or out of sharpness for the Atletico Madrid match. 3 games off. I guess it's only like a week break. They're probably fine for a week. A week and a half. So I think they'd be fine, actually. So I'm just going to play backups. I'm not going to risk them. They could still get injured in training. I might even put their training down to I'm actually going to do that right now. Before I forget. Erling Haaland. Congratulations. You are now on half intensity. Moukoko. I need you to develop, but I still, for right now, remind me to change this after this season, but putting them down to half intensity because I don't want to risk them getting injured in training. Even Physio recommends half intensity for Jadon Sancho. Reina suggests half intensity for him too. They recognize the same thing I do. Bellingham, he's on double. He should not be on double. Definitely half. Camavinga, half. I'm going to do it for all my starters. Calafiori, even the ones that I think I can replace. If I don't have to risk them, I don't want to. Like, if I can keep them healthy, half intensity from double for Collins. You're going down to half. Nets, down to half. And Berkey, down to half. All right. So hopefully no one gets injured in training. No one will be injured in a match because they're not starting. But I will be seeing you for a Champions League semifinal second leg against Atletico Madrid. I don't want to show both legs. I don't think it's necessary. We can't complete the series this year. Next year, I think I'm only going to show Champions League because the league means nothing. It's all about the Champions League. So I'm only going to show Champions League, and I'll show more matches. I'll show both ties for most matches in the knockout rounds. But for now, I'm just going to show the second leg against Atletico Madrid. We'll come back on the 8th, and see if we can get to our second ever Champions League final in the 4 years we've been here. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you are too. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.